players of today are scared of LeBron. If they see LeBron standing in front of them, fear shakes, and I know this. You know, my era's out the league. We wasn't afraid of LeBron. But these guys today, he strikes fear in these guys. I can see it.
Look, if Megatron was standing in front of me, I feel.
If the Lakers get the #1 pick, what are they going to do? What should they do?
If the Lakers got
they're going to take Zion, but what should they do?
The Lakers got the #1 pick.
Here we go.
I would trade LeBron James.
At least he kept it.
See, you don't know basketball. You just got caught. You just got caught. It's official.
Luka Doncic, like, he is part of LeBron James' legacy. This is a player who grew up in Slovenia.
Yeah.
Wanting to play like LeBron James, was greatly influenced. I will never forget this. Doncic's first game at Staples Center against the Lakers. After the game, he went and got LeBron's jersey from him. We were over in the JW Marriott next across the street from the hotel. The game's been over. He's left the arena. He's got his bag. He was still clutching that LeBron James jersey in his hand, walking through the hotel lobby.
So, Woj, you tired of us, Max, you and particularly, us making excuses of the best player of this generation. You don't trade for Anthony Davis to say, no, guys, we don't want to win this year. This is a building year. We're going to probably win it next year. When Doc brought us together, me, Ray, and KG, we said this year, because we don't know what's going to happen the following year. And look what happened the next year. We won it the first year we got together. The next year, Kevin got hurt.
How many?
We dealt with injury problems. You,
KG, and Ray Allen.
The first year we got to, yeah, absolutely. But listen, you got.
Well, they went for Kawhi, but they couldn't get him.
Let him speak. Stop making excuses. If they don't win this year, LeBron's not getting any younger. This is going to be a big hit on his legacy. And I've already said he's not a top 5 player of all time. If the Lakers don't win a championship, let alone lose in the first round, I don't want to hear none of this GOAT talk no more. I'm just saying, man. I can't put him in those conversations. If he gets to another finals, he's 3-6. Now, when I put out my top 5, I put Russell, Kareem, Magic. Of course, we got Jordan at the top. And I said Kobe Bean for the simple fact he won those 2 titles without Shaq. And that's why I rated him that high. Look at those guys' finals records.
But he had Powell.
Even Tim Duncan, you can say Tim Duncan's up there at 5-1 in the finals. Kobe Bryant, 5-2.
Wait, why is the standard different for those guys, Paul? Paul, Wilt didn't make the finals and certainly didn't win it most years. And Wilt had some great teammates. Why is the standard different for LeBron?
And the reason I have Russell in the top 5, he won 11 championships, and he had to beat Wilt multiple times. I mean, Wilt, arguably the most dominant player ever. Come on now. Who can deal? Wilt would dominate.
Magic, Jordan, Tim Duncan, Kobe, Bird. These guys are all top 10 players who would either help build up their organization or continue the tradition. And
the one thing that has ever
from LeBron, he went and put together a team in Miami.
I think there's a lot of
he came back to Cleveland to put that team together, and then he went to the Lakers, where a tradition has already been made, and we don't know. You know, that's still to be continued. So, in saying that, that's my argument.
Organization, it goes both ways, man. It ain't just like one player is the only thing that makes it happen. LeBron James wasn't surrounded by other great players. He had to go to a first-class organization in Miami to actually figure out what the standard of excellence was with Pat Riley and D. Wade and Mickey Harrison. Come on, man.
So who you blaming this on? What's your point?
I'm not blaming it on anything. I'm saying you don't need to make an organization great in order to be one of the greatest of all time. I don't have an obligation.
I didn't say he wasn't the greatest of all time. I did not say
you just said he's not top 5 on your rank. That's the way that's
top 5. You want to hear my top 5? You want to hear it again?
Sure.
You want to hear it again? Jordan.
Sure, let me know.
Kareem, Russell. And you know who the 4th one is? Magic.
Who's the 5th?
And now you know who's in my top 5?
I'm not going to say nothing right now.
Kobe Bryant.
Come on.
Oh, that's my top 5. Argue with it.
Paul Pierce's list is personal, right? Because we don't talk about this enough, but Paul and Braun have never liked each other since Braun rookie year. Here's a backstory to this real quick, and then you could understand why LeBron is not on Paul's list. We're playing in Columbus, Ohio, my rookie season. against the Cleveland Cavaliers, right? Now, you know when LeBron was coming into the league, he was getting a lot of heat from players. Oh, he's not going to do that to us. The chosen one, wait till he play against grown men. So his first preseason game is against Paul Pierce. So Paul is talking noise to the bench, right? He's talking big noise to the Cavs bench, and they're sitting over there. Bron them, they all sitting over there, Drew Gooden and everybody. So Paul actually spits over there at the bench, right? The ultimate disrespect, okay? What? It ended up turning up. I mean, after the game, I mean, both teams were meeting in the back. We had the guys was ready to fight. We had to hold people back. Like, it went up from there. Ever since that moment.
And it was a clear spit. It wasn't a Rajon Rondo spit?
No, it was a clear spit. Ever since that moment, LeBron James and Paul Pierce hate each other. They don't speak to each other, even now today. I don't know if you remember, Cassie, we was doing hoop streams in Houston against the Lakers. You remember Bron walked by us and said something before his pregame shots? He did not speak to Paul. That's the backstory. So I think Paul list is kind of more personal towards LeBron than just saying, because there's no way in hell that you could say LeBron James is not top 5. You may not have him as your GOAT, but to say that he's not top 5, that's just crazy. And I love Paul, but that's kind of, I think it's more personal than anything.
Rival in his 16-year career.
Oh, man. Well, you got guys like Melo, KD. Bees, why would you ask me a silly question? It's me, of course. No one has had more playoff battles and more meaningful games than me and LeBron. So how could it be nobody but me?
Okay.
Come on, I have my career high versus LeBron, 50 points.
It's a no-brainer. 5 playoff series. They both played for different teams. It was Cavs Celtics, Heat Celtics.
That's an easy one.
Heat Nets. They played in one of the all-time great Game 7s.
Yeah.
Paul had 41, got the win. LeBron had 45, got the bitter loss.
It's actually working out for you, Paul.
Without question, LeBron's greatest rival of all time.
Without a doubt.
Dan?
Without a doubt. We had some many battles.
Because
that's an easy one.
And the rivals come in the playoffs, so.
Absolutely.
Some could say it's LeBron James himself is his own greatest.
That's so
very
introspective.
philosophical.
Why do you think he moved to Miami, Beats?
Without question.
You moved him there, Paul?
I don't know why you're yelling at me.
Paul, you moved
I sent the U-Haul. Come on now. I sent the U-Haul down there.
And sent one of the great tweets of all time. Remember one of the greatest tweets of all time. After you guys beat.
It's a pleasure bringing my talents to South Beach.
The greatest.
Already retirement ceremony here at the TD Garden. It's coming in what has been a good old-fashioned blowout for the Cavs. But Korver throws it ahead to Clarkson. Clarkson, quick catch and shoot. Got it! Clarkson. Greg Monroe, you don't know Nance. The Celtics here in Boston, 121-99 is the final. James.